Welcome, Dayton. The Little Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies, where we discuss family traditions and discover your legacy. Now, listen with me as we remember what used to be. She is your host and author. And by she, I mean me, Kim Gresham. Hi, and welcome to the Little Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies. This is the Zoom call edition. This is when, my friends can't always come in sometime, they far apart, far away, and I still want to talk to them, so we're going to talk to Miss Kimberly Bailey today. She is a truck driver moving here to and fro. So, hey Kim, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you as well.
All right. Tell me, so let everybody know how we know each other.
You know what? I have been sitting and thinking about that, and I couldn't remember if it was from Fairview or Raw.
It would be
Am I
fair.
wrong?
It would be Fairview.
Fairview. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
from
So
Fairview.
that's
Because
what
you
it.
didn't go to Did you go to Meadowdale?
No, I didn't go to Meadowdale. I went to Patterson, but I
Okay.
knew it had to be in intermediate.
Yeah, it was Fairview. Yeah, all of my friends who I've been talking to, we go way back.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Okay, so I just want to hear about some family traditions you have in your family. You want to tell me about?
Well, let's see. One that we are kind of, well, on my father's side, we always have the traditional family reunion. Um, every year we get together. There is a huge family picnic. We're having it actually this year in Liberty, Ohio.
Okay.
So we'll all be in Liberty, Ohio for our family get together. Another tradition that I want to restart
Okay.
is gardening. Um, it's so funny because my cousin and I were discussing how we used to have to go out and pick the beans and pick the greens and then come
Mhm.
in and snap the
And snap
beans.
them. Two ends in the middle.
Yes.
Yep. Mhm.
And it's so funny because the older I get, the more it's like, okay, I used to, how we were when we were younger. We didn't want to go out there and do that. We wanted to be playing with our friends.
Right.
But now, like my daughter reached out to me. It was so funny. My daughter reached out to me the other day and said, I want to learn gardening because I was out in the yard with my aunt. And for me, it's so relaxing and
Therapeutic.
it very, very.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm in tune with the earth. I really
Mhm.
do.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I promised my daughter that okay, we're gonna
You
garden
gotta start
together. I'm gonna
gardening.
do her. So I want to re-implement that. I think it's important, really, for all of us to go back to gardening.
Mhm.
It's just it is. It's relaxing.
It is because they putting so much stuff in the foods now just to keep them
Yes.
preserved. And half of those things, most of those things, all of those things are not good for our bodies. So
Right.
doing your own gardening, having your own herbs and spices and stuff like that. My mother was a gardener. She likes she did a lot of gardening, and she did it for the same reason that you like to do it, because it was therapeutic. She could go out and
Mm-hmm.
meditate. It's
Yes.
peaceful. My mom had those little waterfalls, so you can like listen to the water, and she really like made her whole backyard like something different because it was peaceful to her. So you got a green thumb.
Yes. I got that. Well, my mother started it with
Mhm.
the in-home plants.
Okay.
And then I have my aunt, she has a green thumb in-home outside, and I had never experienced being doing it outside. So I would start, going over to her house and being out in her yard. And sometimes I'll get up. if I don't have to work, I'll get up and I'll drive out to Trotwood. Well, when I was at home, I would drive to Trotwood just to go sit on her backyard, on her back porch, just to look at the plants. I mean, because like you said, it is very therapeutic for me. It's relaxing, and I love it.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming to me. I had one person, his name Tony Gibson, in his segment, he talked about the water and how it was
Yeah,
therapeutic for him. And so, and I can see that, like fishing and that type of thing. So that's right up there. And then you get your hands all down in the earth and you get
yeah,
to see your progress. That's the part I
yeah,
would like to see, like when you finally see the ripe tomato and you get to pick it and that you plant it and you know
yeah.
that nothing is wrong with it and you can just eat it. That's all right.
Hmm.
I think that's a good thing to, just like Michelle Obama, she started that in the White House, and we probably should
Yeah.
do that at home,
Hmm.
uh, teaching the kids how to garden. I think that should be implemented in schools or something. They taking everything out, what you gonna put in,
Yeah.
you
So
know?
let's put in
Let's
gardening.
put in
Yeah. 'Cause
gardening,
yes,
you know,
yes. I'm
so they can
all for
calm
that.
down a
Yeah.
little bit, cause they need to calm down.
Yes.
That
And
definitely
that is
calms the spirit.
relaxing. It is. I don't know. It's something with the outdoors. I love as you know, I'm a truck driver.
Yeah, I'm
So
about to ask you about how you got into that. Go ahead and finish your statement.
I notice when I'm anywhere where there are mountains, it's like my soul gets kid-like and it's jumping. And I'm excited, like, oh
Mhm.
my God, I'm telling myself to calm down. I'm calm because I'm driving,
Mhm.
but my spirit is just jumping. So it's something
Mhm.
about the outdoors for me.
Okay, so just tell me how you got into driving trucks, cause I don't even like driving my little car, like let alone I don't even like driving for 10 minutes, and you driving long stretches.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
crazy story. Back in 1984, December 7th of 1984, my mother was actually taken from me by a truck driver. Um, Something in me, when I got older, it was just screaming. Like I always thought that I was going to be a nurse, something in the medical field,
Mhm.
but something in me kept screaming, truck driving, truck driving, truck driving.
Mhm.
Around what year was it? Around 1995, I met my son's father, who was a truck driver, and it was
Mhm.
so weird. During that time, I just learned so much about the trucking industry. But then I had children. So when my youngest son turned 18, I decided to go to truck driving school.
Mhm.
Um, Something kept telling me that this is what you're supposed to be doing. My mother's name needs to be on the highway. She, for whatever reason, loved trucks.
Okay.
Um, and that spirit just jumped in me from then on. And a lot of people say, how are you comfortable with that? And that's how you lost your mother. But no fear. I'm thinking, being a kid, you look at the trucks, you watch them go by,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then you think, wow, because you're so low to the ground. But when I got older and I actually got in the trucks
Mhm.
and I was riding in the trucks, everything about it just screamed to
Screams.
me. Like, yeah.
Okay. Really?
So
So
I
what kind of
say,
truck do you have? Do you have one of those trucks that got the bed in the back with the whole kitchen and all that? You is
yeah.
that kind? You got one of those kind of
Yes,
trucks?
I had posted it on Facebook. Um, it's kind of like a small little efficiency.
Uh
So
huh.
when you go to the back of the truck, I wish I was in the truck. This right here is why my boss has me on lock. A new truck, and I'm in love with her. This is how I stay out on the road for a month or 2 months at a time because of my accommodations. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is just the cab part. This is my sleeper on my truck. I have my TV sitting here. I have a sink. I have counter space. A window above the sink.
I have a convection microwave oven. I have, as you see, sitting area that converts to a full-size bed. I have a full-size, well, not full-size, but almost, refrigerator freezer to keep my food in. My boss truly spoils me, and she makes it so possible for me to remain on the road for a month to 2 months at a time, because these are the type of accommodations that she provides for me. And I am so happy to be transferring into this truck. It don't get no better than this, I tell you. I'm spoiled. Let me let the bed down so you can see. This lets down into a full-size bed. So as y'all can see, I stay very comfortable when I'm on the road. My boss is my career. This is the best I get to travel that I ever made.
Wow. So when you get tired, you can just pull over. I mean, just literally pull over. You don't have to get out or anything. You can just
Yeah.
stay in your truck.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like the sound of that. If somebody
Yeah.
else was driving, yeah. I just don't like the driving part. But that sounds like a lot of fun because I know people now are doing the tiny houses and things like that. They going down to
Yes.
the minimal, like the bare minimum.
Yes.
So
I
yeah, that
could do
sounds
that.
interesting, huh?
Yes, I could do that tiny home living easy.
You
From being in
could.
that truck, yes, I could do that easy. And I totally get it. Um, After being in that truck and then I started seeing the little tiny houses, I'm like, I could do that. That would be
Mhm.
so easy for me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
easy.
Because a lot of stuff we just don't really need. It's just for show, and you don't need
Yeah.
all those things, honestly. Okay, so let's see. So we talked about your traditions. Okay, so let me ask you the legacy question. This is going by fast. So, if you were to leave this earth today, what legacy would you leave?
Um, I think a lot of people would say one thing I remember about Kimberly Bailey is every single morning she sent me some type of inspirational or motivational saying.
Now
Um,
that is real.
I Yeah, I started doing that with my children um, when they got a little older, and then it spilled over to my family members. And then one day I woke up and God said, "Get on Messenger,"
Mhm.
and just I would just type it in like the first letter of the alphabet, and whoever's name pop up, just send them the message, and then
Mhm.
it just grew. So now it's like now it takes me like an hour just to
to
send those
send to
messages
send them
out.
out,
Yeah,
and I get one every morning, and thank you
yeah.
so much for being
Oh,
like
no
that
problem.
first positive message that I see in the morning, because it's
Yeah.
the first positive message I see in the morning. I read it and I say, okay, yeah, that's real, because I feel those things. I love positive reinforcement, positive affirmations, because it sets the tone for the day.
Yes,
It
it
sets the
does.
tone for the day. And sometimes
It
a
does.
lot of times when you have those positive things, I gotta not, when you have those positive things in your heart, it can spill over when you would normally lash out. You have those
Mm-hmm.
words, and then you don't. You have to remember.
Right.
And thank you so much for doing that.
Oh no,
So you
not a
do it for
problem. On
everybody.
that.
So it take you about an hour to send them out, huh?
Yeah, this morning it took me an hour, and I looked at the time, and then I looked at the last one I sent, and I'm like, wow, this actually went from just my three children to the three children's and my first cousins
Mhm.
now to whoever's name. And sometimes
Mhm.
names will pop up, and I don't even know the people, and he'll say, hit that send button, and I'll send it,
And you send
and
it.
it's gratifying as well because sometimes I get messages back where people say, I was going through this, that, and your messages really helped me. So
Mhm.
that's helpful for me as well because it's okay. Because at first, when I started sending them out to everybody, I'm like, God, people gonna think I'm crazy. Sending these random
That's
messages
your
out.
ministry. That's
But
almost like
yeah,
going. That's like virtually going door to door. Just like
yeah.
what's the one when they go knocking door to door? I can't think. It just escaped me. The one religion when they come knocking door to door. But
The
it's the same thing.
Jehovah's Witness,
Yeah,
the Jehovah's
that's what they
Witness.
do.
Yeah.
So that's almost like the same thing. You're just doing it virtually, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you send me the ones that I get, they hitting right on point. They are right on point. Is what I
Yeah.
need at the time. Is exactly what I need. So where you on your way to next?
Oh, well, right now I have relocated to Willoughby, Ohio, which is outside of Cleveland. So I decided to go local
Mhm.
and just do local driving because I decided that I wanted to take a class to get my transportation broker license.
Okay.
Um, I just felt like um, there's a need.
Mhm.
There are many brokers, but I feel like there's a need for our people.
Of course.
Um,
Of course.
and I want to
What is
go
that? What
ahead.
is that? What is that? A broker. What is that? What do you mean?
Well, I would be the person responsible for getting loads to get them to the truck drivers.
Okay.
So right now, the trucking industry is the rates for the drivers are really low. A
Mhm.
lot of people are sitting. I want to be that person where if their company is not moving their trucks and they're losing money, they can pick up the phone and call me and say, "Hey, Kim, my truck hasn't moved. I need a load," and I want to, be able to provide that service, especially for our people, because I think I just have my own little philosophy.
Mhm. Uh huh.
With the rate are getting lower and lower and lower.
Uh huh.
The one thing that I noticed when COVID hit, a lot of new black truck drivers came out. There
Mhm.
are so many women that look
Mhm.
like me now that are out
Mhm.
there. And I said to myself, when the rates first dropped, I said, okay, that's normal. Then when they continued to drop, I said, okay, are they trying to weed these uh,
Mhm.
drivers out who just jumped out here, got their license, bought a truck,
Mhm.
which would be easy for them to do? The big companies are not going to lose money, but the smaller companies would.
Mhm.
And so I started looking at that and said, you know what? Let me get a broker's license. So
Mhm.
in times like this, I can make sure that those people continue to run, their trucks continue to move, and they don't go under.
Well,
So
that is all right. I was just talking to Ryan McLean, and she was talking about putting on an invisible cape, and that's what you doing. You putting on your invisible cape, and you are gonna go out there and make a way for those
yeah,
drivers. You say
oh
you
yeah,
woke up and you say I'm gonna put on my broker's cape today, and I'm gonna broker for my people. I like
yeah,
that. I like that
yeah,
philosophy. That's gonna take you far. That is so good. God has blessed you to do many things and go many places, and now you're gonna turn it over and make sure that everybody else get that same experience and that same journey. That's all right.
yeah.
That's commendable. I
Yes,
like that.
thank you.
Well, I think that's it, Miss Kim. I think we over. I think that's done. It's
That was
it's
so
over.
fast.
Yeah, it's over so fast. We just talk about those traditions and we get the legacy question. I told you it's gonna be easy.
Yes, that
Easy
was.
peasy.
Thank you.
But I
Oh,
thank
I
you
wish
so
I was
much.
there though.
Huh?
I really wish I was there in the studio because I love your setup. It is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much, girl. I just brought my
You're
living
welcome.
room in here. I just brought my living room. I'm so ready to bring my radio to sit right here so we can turn it on. But I think I might. But yeah, I'm having fun doing this. Just like you said, when you started sending out those the things in the morning, the
Hmm.
positive affirmations, you just thought it was going to be just for your family. I thought these
Hmm.
books, I was writing these books for my girls, my mom, my daughter, and my sugar babies. That's what it's supposed to be for because we all have a book. It's 5 books. But then
Oh
once I
wow.
start reading the books, they all have lessons in them. And I talked to Miss Mama Nazebo today. The first book is
Mhm.
about sharing, and that's what she talked about, and she learned that from South Africa. And when you hear her story, it's just going to blow you away. But
Wow.
the same thing. This is a branch off from the little green dress. So this is for the adults. Traditions and Legacies is for the adults to tell me their side, and then the kids get the books, and I'll tell them and ask them what they learn at home and what traditions do they have at home, because that's what makes them who they are.
Right.
So that's what I do with that. That's the whole thing. So I'm so glad you came on here. And next time when you're here, tell me in advance when you're going to be home so I can carve out some time, because I want to give you a hug for coming on here and doing this with me. This is my second Zoom, and I can't wait to edit it so we can, and don't forget to send me your truck, because I want to see it.
Definitely.
I actually want to ride in it. So when you come home, bring that truck so I can climb up in it. All right?
Will do.
Will do. Thank you so much, Kim, for being here. This has been the Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies Zoom Call Edition. So now if you don't want to come in, you can always Zoom in. If you don't want to Zoom in, you can always write in. If you want to write in, the email is TLGD17@yahoo.com. And I will read your story. I will make a segment called A Traditional Story, and I will read that story online. So thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Kim. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.
Help Me Grow is an Ohio system of support for families from conception to age 3. We offer 2 programs across the state of Ohio at no cost to families. Our early intervention program is for families who may have a concern or an actual medical diagnosis about their child's development. Many of our families have speech or behavioral concerns about their child prior to age 3 and seek answers to their questions. This is a phenomenal support to families when they just can't help but feel something may be wrong or there is an actual medical diagnosis. Again, this service is at no cost to families. Our second free program is our parenting support programs for pregnant moms. We have over 50 qualified nurses, social workers, teachers, community health workers who do home visits with moms early in their pregnancy to offer education about their pregnancy health, development of their child, and preparing for labor and delivery. This nurse home visitor will stay with the mom until her child is either 2 to 3 years, depending on the program.
The programs focus on educating families on parental resilient strategies, how to handle stress successfully, God knows we need it all, understanding social and emotional competency of your children, accessing and understanding services and resources that all families need, knowledge of child development by offering age-appropriate play to help them be super smart by the time they are 3.
The reason for this program is because pregnancy and children do not come with instructions, and people don't know what they don't know.
We believe that behind every great person, there is usually a great mother, a mom who loved, supported, and provided for her child. But some mothers struggle to become great moms because they are weighed down by the burdens of circumstance, whether that be isolation, abuse, poor health, or extreme poverty. These mothers seek support to realize their motherhood. We are the force who awakens what they have inside. We are the movement that awakens motherhood in women. This is a revolution that created a better world, a world full of great people raised by great mothers.
Dante is one of many of our home visitors, and he currently has over 10 clients that he sees on a weekly basis. Help Me Grow Brighter Futures currently has over 900 moms enrolled in our programs and would love for you to call us today to enroll in one of our programs. Every mom needs support, and every mom needs to know that this program is here for them. If you know someone who is pregnant, have them call Help Me Grow now, early in their pregnancy. Call us at 208-GROW.
Thank you for watching The Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies. Don't forget, you can see all our videos on my YouTube channel under the same name, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can purchase The Little Green Dress coloring books and books from Amazon.com, also from The Little Green Dress online. Thank you.